What if I told you that your greatest superpower was actually your most dangerous prison? Imagine being able to walk down a crowded street and see every dark secret, every hidden lie, and every rotting insecurity inside the minds of everyone you pass. You'd think you were a god. You'd think you were finally free of the illusions of the world. But for Elias, this gift was a death sentence. He spent his life looking through the glass walls of other people's souls, only to realize too late he was the one living in a cage. Today, we explore the terrifying architecture of the glass room and why the more you judge the world, the smaller your world becomes. This is the prison of judgment.
They say that knowledge is power. We are taught from birth to seek the truth, to peel back the layers of the world until we see the gears turning beneath. But what if the truth wasn't a light, but a flood? Meet Elias. Elias didn't just see people, he saw their architecture. For as long as he could remember, Elias lived in a world where the skin was a lie. To him, every human being walked within a shimmering, translucent sphere, a glass room of their own making. Inside these rooms, their thoughts weren't silent, they were visual, they were visceral. Elias saw the jagged shards of a husband's resentment while he kissed his wife goodbye. He saw the rot of envy behind a best friend's congratulations. He saw the cold, calculated greed of the philanthropist and the hidden, trembling shame of the hero. To Elias, the world was a grotesque gallery of hidden sins. He considered himself the only honest man left because he was the only one who knew the score. He was the judge, the jury, and the silent witness to the human comedy. Elias lived alone. How could he not? To be near another person was to be buried under the weight of their contradictions. He retreated to his high-rise, a literal glass room overlooking a city of figurative ones. He spent his days looking through a telescope, not at the stars, but at the windows of the apartments across the street. He became a connoisseur of human failure. Look at them. Look at the way they pretend. Mrs. Gable in 4B thinks she's a saint because she feeds the stray cats, but I see the glass room around her. It's filled with the faces of the children she hasn't spoken to in 20 years. She isn't kind. She's just desperate to drown out the silence of her own regret. He felt a strange, cold pride in this. He felt superior. Because he could see the truth of their ugliness, he believed he was exempt from it. He believed that by judging them, he was standing on higher ground. But here is the thing about judgment. It is a magnifying glass that only works in one direction. While Elias was busy documenting the flaws of the world, he failed to notice the temperature in his own room beginning to drop. He failed to notice that his world was shrinking. One Tuesday, Elias met a man who didn't fit the pattern. He was an old man sitting on a park bench, feeding pigeons. Elias prepared himself for the usual storm, the old man's fear of death, his bitterness toward the youth, his hidden regrets. Elias turned his sight toward him, ready to dissect the old man's soul. But when he looked, Elias gasped. For the first time in his life, Elias saw a room that wasn't a prison. The old man wasn't thinking about the past. He wasn't judging the passers-by. He was simply there. Disturbed by the clarity, Elias walked up to him. "How do you do it?" Elias blurted out. "How is your mind so quiet? Don't you see them? Don't you see how selfish they are, how fake they are?" The old man looked up. His eyes didn't have the sight Elias had, but they had something else: depth. "Young man," the old man said, his voice like dry leaves, "you spend so much time looking at the walls of other people's rooms that you've forgotten to check the locks on your own." Elias was furious. "My room! I don't have a room. I am the observer. I see the truth." He ran to his bathroom and looked in the mirror. He tried to do something he had never done before. He tried to see himself. At first, there was nothing, just his own pale reflection. But then he focused. He pushed his gift to its limit. He turned the sight inward. And there it was. Elias wasn't standing in a field of clarity. He was encased in the thickest, most reinforced glass room he had ever seen. But it wasn't filled with the sins he saw in others. It was filled with them. His room was papered with the faces of the people he had judged. It was reinforced by every "I knew it" and every "they're all the same." Every time he had looked down on someone for their weakness, he had added another layer of glass to his own cage. He realized with a sickening jolt, he wasn't a witness to the world. He was a prisoner of his own perception. Let's pause here, Aura Chronicles family. Let's look at the math of the human heart. When we judge someone, we create a fixed image of them. We say, "This person is this way." In that moment, we stop seeing them as a human being capable of change, and we start seeing them as an object in our mental museum. But the law of the glass room states, whatever you use to cage others will eventually become your own cell. If you judge the world as hateful, you must live in a world of hate. If you judge everyone as untrustworthy, you are the one who must live with the constant anxiety of betrayal. The judge is never free, because the judge must constantly stay on the bench to maintain the verdict. Elias thought his sight made him powerful. In reality, it made him the loneliest man on earth. He had built a fortress of being right, and now he was starving to death inside it. How do you break a room made of glass? You don't use a hammer. You use vulnerability. Elias realized that the only reason he judged others was to protect himself from being seen. If he was the one looking, no one could look at him. If he was the one finding flaws, no one could find his. He went back to the park. He found the old man. "I'm trapped," Elias whispered. "I see the ugliness in everyone, and now I can't see anything else. I'm in a cage of my own contempt."
The old man didn't offer a platitude. He didn't say, "It's okay." Instead, he pointed to a young couple arguing nearby. "Look again," the old man said, "but this time don't look for the lie, look for the effort."
Elias shifted his gaze. He stopped looking for the glass room and started looking for the human inside it. He saw that the woman wasn't shrill, she was terrified. He saw that the man wasn't angry, he was exhausted and felt unappreciated. And as he felt a spark of empathy, not pity, but true, raw empathy, something miraculous happened. The wall didn't shatter all at once. It began to dissolve. He realized that judgment is a choice of focus. You can focus on the shadow, or you can focus on the light that is causing the shadow. Every person is a mess of contradictions, yes, but they are also trying. They are navigating a world that is heavy and fast and often unkind. When Elias started to forgive them for being human, he unknowingly started to forgive himself. Elias lost his sight that day, or rather, he traded it for vision. He no longer saw the secret thoughts of others. He saw their potential. He saw their struggle. He saw their commonality. He realized that the glass room isn't something that happens to us. It's something we build every time we say, "I am better than them." It's a prison where the bars are made of our own certainties. The lesson of the Aura Chronicles today is this: the world is a mirror. If you look for reasons to condemn, you will find a million, and you will live in a world of the condemned. But if you look for reasons to connect, if you choose to see the effort instead of the error, the glass begins to melt. You realize that you aren't a judge standing over the world. You are a traveler walking within it. Take a look at your own life today. Who have you placed in a glass room? Who have you summarized, categorized, and dismissed? Is it a neighbor, a coworker, a politician, or perhaps is it yourself? Remember, every judgment you cast is a brick in the wall of your own isolation. True freedom isn't knowing everything about everyone. True freedom is the humility to realize you know very little, and the courage to love them anyway. Don't live in a cage of your own making. Shatter the glass. Step out into the light. Because in the end, the only thing that can truly see through walls is an open heart. If this story touched a chord in your soul, subscribe and hit that like button and share it with someone who might be feeling a little trapped today. Comment below, "I am breaking my glass room." Let's start a movement of empathy. I'm the narrator for Aura Chronicles. Keep your aura bright and your heart open. We'll see you in the next chapter.